My kid a couple of days back was actually, joking, and this is the same incident, right? I mean, he was joking that, I'm going to mail to Naveen that I have handed over my father to EnKash. Please take care of him. Whenever the work is over, please hand it over back to me.
अगर तीन लोग साथ हों, do more minds add to it, or they cause chaos and confusion? So जो तुम बता रहे हो ना, it is super interesting to understand how different views can be incorporated and ultimately अंत भला तो सब भला.
With three of us being there, one of the things that became much easier for us is that if we had conflict of opinions, two people can have those conflicts, right? At least the third guy will have to take somebody else's
democracy
side.
है या?
So yeah, I mean, so that helps you make a decision and not get stuck really, right? I mean, ultimately you move forward.
Someday he is having some opinion, someday I am having some opinion, someday he is having some opinion. I mean, and then again, the same kind of an. Even if someone is sulking, then again quarter pillar is there.
शाम को beer तो पीनी है.
Like it. How is trust kept alive between three co-founders?
Coffees. That's about it.
Coffees do the game, and on a serious
because
note,
you guys are not bachpan ke dost. You guys are not same school, same college. Typically, is what you hear.
Yeah.
I'm sure there are must be trying times when some decisions don't go right.
Absolutely, those happens. I think prima facie, since the goal is aligned, there is a clear intent to make it work. And if it doesn't work, then just hit the coffee table.
See, we kind of, we kind of understand it, right? I mean, we are working for a larger goal, and trust is the basic foundation layer that is there, right? So foundation is strong for us. Larger goals are intact. We are working towards that only.
So I'll tell you another addition to this one, right? I think trust factors start coming across when you're working as one against one in that sense, right? When you're working together, your families are meeting each other, you're wining and dining together as families, and families, the personal families, not the company families. The structure changes.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah. I agree.
So we are in a situation where our families have met each other, we sit, eat, drink together and things like that. And if there are certain issues which can happen even in large families together, they might happen with us as well. The remaining family forces come together and make sure things are upright.
One activity that binds each of you beyond work. मेरे को पता है तुम जवाब दोगे coffee.
Coffees. We love drinking coffee.
So now you don't need to answer our questions, right?
Okay, who's the dreamer, who's the affirmer, and who's the doer of the group?
That's a very difficult question to answer, actually.
It depends on what time of the day I'm asking this question.
अच्छा एक और बात बताना. And I don't want to stress on the fact that you are not 20 anymore. But what is one piece of advice you'll give to yourself, your 20s self? क्या यही बोलते हैं ना?
Yeah.
Your 20s
your younger self.
Your younger self. What is one piece of advice?
I would probably tell people that enjoy along the way, right? There is nothing that you will reach a stage and say I'll get to this point and then I'll enjoy. I think the journey is very important. If you start enjoying the journey, it will all fall in place much better. I think that's an advice that I'll give to my younger self.
I would say that if you are working in fintech, especially, go deeper into details, right? Because tomorrow, because of your lack of information or lack of knowledge, the entire ecosystem can be penalized for.
I agree.
So I think that is kind of very, very important for anyone who is starting up in fintech space.
I tend to differ a bit on this with Hemant, right? So for us, it was that we learned something and that's what we are starting on it, right? I think, but when we started, there are quite a few things which we unlearned and started creating all over again, right? With a different set of mind, different thought process, different way of doing things. So anybody who's starting up needs to make sure that he doesn't come with a clear thought out process जो उसने सीखा है उसी पे काम करने वाला है. If you're starting something, don't think whatever has happened is the पत्थर की लकीर. आप दोबारा से एक लकीर खींच सकते हो और कोई चीज़ बड़ी कर सकते हो. So I think that's where I would be.
Two observations I have. One, in this case of disagreement, what is your point of view?
I would let them be. Let them figure out.
अभी हमारा conclusion निकला नहीं है ना, so we'll continue to have
it out
it.
first, then I will give my Vishesh Tippani later on.
My sincere belief is no, there is nothing that you do in the day that goes to waste. You know, this entire memory bank, this experience bank that we make. So never think any job that you are asked to do is not important, and don't look down on anything. And I think this is something that I would like to talk to all the youngsters about.
Yeah.
Don't look down on anything that you are asked to do. When you start your own company, when you're doing your own stuff, or even in a job, idea is to have as many entrepreneurs in the job as possible, right? And for that, you need as much appreciation of what the next guy is doing.
True.
Yeah.
And I think that also adds up to the amount of exposure one can get, right? Some people just refrain from doing certain type of jobs that just holds back them from getting that exposure.
Yes. What do you define as success?
I think for us, every day is a success because every single day you're moving ahead, you're not moving back, you're achieving something better than what you've done yesterday. So honestly, when we talk to each other, every other day when we discuss anything, we feel that we're moving ahead, and in our view, that's success. I let both of them add to it.
I think for me, team's happiness is success. Yeah, I would say that way. If team members are happy what they are doing, if team members are kind of owning and delivering things, and then they are becoming successful, I think that's kind of success for us.
I agree with him completely.
Okay, who's an early bird?
I think all of us get up early these days.
Is it?
Yeah.
What time it is?
6.
Then probably it should do with age, man. Who's a good cook?
Tyagi.
Agree.
Wow. What do you cook?
Everything.
Everything.
You guys still share a room when you travel?
I think this is the first time we will not be sharing a room, if I'm not mistaken.
No.
Tyagi, we never kept him in our room.
Yeah, exactly.
He would never let you sleep.
Let's not get there. So who's the funny bone?
Tyagi.
Who's the optimist?
Oh, everyone is optimistic.
Who's the realist?
Naveen.
Me? I would say Hemant.
Could be, yes.
Who's the gadget freak?
Gadget I like.
Please share your experiences in this journey. This has been a tremendous journey to leave your settled jobs, and there are different adjectives, the well-paying jobs, the settled jobs, to start something on your own, to have a dream, and to work every day meticulously towards achieving a part of the dream.
I think if that passion is there in you, and if you have actually set yourself to say that I want to build this out, and I want to sort of see this happening in front of my eyes, I want to take it to the level of success that I have always envisaged, then, like we all said, then it is all about getting the team together, executing, keeping the rigor on, and sort of taking it to the right sort of milestones. But obviously during this experience there are going to be a lot of challenges that one is going to face. There will be times when you will think in your mind, did I take the right decisions? Families have to be very, very supportive. I think while what everybody sees is what founders are building, but what people don't see is what the families are actually doing for that founder to actually go ahead and build something out. Because for most of us who take up role of a founder, we don't have the ability to have our spouses go out and work, and that's purely because if they do so, there's nothing else that can actually happen within the family, right? Because the amount of bandwidth a founder needs to spend is probably twice as much as what you could spend in a regular job. So I think those are some of the sort of aspects which happen behind the scene, which are generally not seen.
Were there certain ups and downs in your personal lives during this 3-4 years period? Yes, there have been.
There have been many. Yeah.
There have been many. Let's be honest about it. You can't just say everything was hunky-dory, right? There have been many. And there have been many, but the point is, and that's where I said when the founders come together and their families come together, that's where the difference starts coming up, right?
The stress that you guys are doing on family, the importance you are assigning to family as a unit and as a group, I think commendable. commendable. I think that's something that
Actually,
doesn't
they are
come
the
out as
startup
often.
heroes. I would say they are the startup heroes. I mean, rest all is secondary. They are the startup heroes.
It's the bottom line is, if any one of our spouses says that I can't continue with this anymore, we will have to quit. Literally, literally we'll have to quit, because that's so strong.
I will do a hashtag for my wife here right now. Because she'll be super proud. And I think in a normal day in life, you fail to appreciate what the family brings to the table, and you end up talking about the job, your experiences, and thank you for bringing this out, Tyagi.
The initial team which joined hands with us while we were starting up was very important. These are the guys who trusted us, even without the salary which they were getting in the previous organizations.
नाम देख के आ गए, मतलब most people said हाँ चलो नवीन, हेमंत और त्यागी हैं, चलो चलते हैं.
And
किसी
we
को
are
पता
thankful
नहीं
to
था.
them to come across in the initial phases to build whatever we have built till now.
They
I
had
think
no
that's-
clue whether we will be able to raise funds. They had no clue what we were building, whether this
Yeah.
concept will work. Nothing. They just said, okay, these three guys, let's join them.
जैसे मैंने कहा ना, आपकी कोई भी सक्सेस स्टोरी होती है ना, मेरे को लगता है हमारे साथ हुआ है, and I feel very very happy about it.
It's our success story, sir. Bank and
Thank you, Neeraj. Thank you so much.
Many
for
many
your words.
congratulations, and this
Thank
is just
you.
the beginning.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.